Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the internet. This is RENDOG coming at you from just outside the Lakeside Villa in this Let's Play Minecraft Survival series. In the previous episode, we were officially opening up the Cyberdog Monument to the public, and in this episode, my friends, we are returning back to the Lakeside Villa to finish off that bad boy once and for all. It has been almost 3 seasons of us not finishing the Lakeside Villa, and the global OCD has now reached its peak. So sit back and relax, my cyber diggity dogs, with your tasty ass beverage and crunchy ass snacks. Let's play some Minecraft Survival. Now guys, some of you guys might have noticed that I am currently wearing the armor set of the butthole. And that is because I was chatting with some cyberdogs in on dogcraft.net last night, and a ton of them mentioned that I have been breaching some serious health and safety violations up in MOLECITY. I have not been wearing my construction gear while I've been working on projects in the city, and you know what, that's completely right. And to make sure and to avoid a fine from the Council of MOLECITY, I now have my construction armor on. Basically, it's a dyed leather armor set that is known in the Cyberdog community as the armor set of the butthole. But it is a construction set. It has a bit of blast protection to protect us from freaking creepers and TNT when we work with that. So it's a pretty sweet armor set. Now guys, welcome back to the Lakeside Villa, the great unfinished project of this Minecraft series. I believe that we started work on the Lakeside Villa in Season 1, and now all the way near the end of Season 3, it is it is not complete yet, man. And you know what? That is just too much OCD for me to deal with. And I was in the chat on dogcraft.net last night, and I decided with a few of the cyberdogs that before we head back to Silkworm Gang Island and, to end Season 3, we are going to be finishing off the Lakeside Villa. We're going to finish this bad boy in the next few episodes or so, because you know what? I just can't take it no more. The OCD is driving me freaking cray-cray, man. And in this episode, we're going to be working on a very, very exciting build for the Lakeside Villa. We are going to be working on an epic redstone project right at the entrance of the Lakeside Villa. And what I want to do is craft a trap door in this cavity that you see behind me that will actually open up when we approach it in a minecart, either from the Molehole Castle or the strip mine, or if we're traveling away from the Lakeside Villa. And that is the build we're going to be working on today, guys. It is going to be freaking sweet. So the idea is, if we approach the Lakeside Villa on any of these railway lines, as we hit these detector rails over here, a trap door is going to open up and we're going to head down into the Lakeside Villa Harbour Station over there. And the reason that we're doing this is for a number of reasons. Number one, I'm I'm actually getting into redstone after building the trap doors underneath MUDDOG's greenhouse and in the Molehole Castle. I actually really enjoyed those redstone projects. So I want to try one more redstone project for Season 3. And I think this is going to be quite a complicated one too, because we're going to be using multiple sticky pistons and detector rails, which we've never used before in any redstone build. So that's going to be pretty sweet. Number 2, this over here is a giant health and safety regulation fail. Say, for example, we get some of the older folks from the Molehole to come and have dinner in the Lakeside Villa, and say it's, I don't know, 1 a.m. at night, it's pitch black, and they want to go home, right? So they're on their way home, they're blind because they're old, and lo and behold, there is a giant cavity that they can fall down directly onto powered rails to get their freaking old buttholes electrocuted, basically into bits of old ass beef jerky. So we need to make sure that this cavity over here no longer violates any health and safety regulations. And those are basically the 2 major reasons that I want to do it. And of course, it was a suggestion made by one of you cyberdogs a long ass time ago, and it's a project that I've always wanted to try. So you know what? Let's get cracking, guys. Let's try and make a sweet ass redstone trap door over here that is going to cover this cavity over here and open up as we approach or leave the Lakeside Villa. And I think what we're going to do is use the sandstone. I think this is smooth sandstone over here to make the trap door, and we'll have this nice long path of smooth sandstone entering the Lakeside Villa. I think that looks pretty awesome. And once we've put down all the redstone cabling and stuff, we can cover the shame of this area, and then we can have a nice path or something coming from the molehole directly into the Lakeside Villa. So these are basically the doors of the trapdoor right over here, right? And essentially what we want to be doing is pushing these doors closed using sticky pistons. So I think the first thing that we need to do in this episode now is install these sticky pistons in in these positions over here. I've had a look around the area, and I think I kind of know exactly what we need to do to get this redstone project built. I've been experimenting a little bit with a bit of redstone and a few of these sticky pistons, so this build should be relatively painless, but I'm gonna throw a warning out there, man. There may be a few face palms incoming, so prepare your heads. But the first thing that we want to do, guys, is get these sticky pistons installed in the correct positions. So there we go. We've got 6 sticky pistons installed now. And the real challenge is going to be getting all of these sticky pistons to trigger at exactly the same time when we hit this detector rail approaching the Lakeside Villa, or when we hit this detector rail over here when we're leaving the Lakeside Villa. So that's going to be the tricky part. And you know, this is the first time that we're actually using detector rails and redstone for a build in this Minecraft world. So this is pretty sweet, man. We're going to be I'm going to be pushing my redstone knowledge and my redstone skills to the maximum over here. And I think we should probably start with getting these sticky pistons fully extended so that the trapdoor is always closed. I think the default position for this trapdoor should be closed, right? And it needs to open when we hit these detector rails. So that's what we've got to try and achieve over here. And thinking back to the trapdoor build in the mob spawner, we need to use repeaters to get multiple sticky pistons to open. So let's install some sticky piston or some of these redstone repeaters over here. And then I think what we can do is stick a redstone torch in this position over here to get these sticky pistons activated. There we go. All right, so these 3 sticky pistons are now in the default position. And we need to do exactly the same with these sticky pistons over here. So let's run a line of redstone to this location over here, and we'll install another redstone torch. Now, much like the trapdoor in the mob trap in the mole hole, we need to get these sticky pistons to retract when we send a redstone signal into these into the sticky pistons. And the way that we do that is by deactivating this redstone torch and this redstone torch over here. And by deactivating these redstone torches, we are going to cause the sticky pistons to contract and essentially for the trap door to open. And that is exactly what we're trying to achieve over here. So let's just head into my Lakeside Villa bedroom and take a sleep in this really comfy ass bed. Man, we have such an awesome view of the Cyberdog monument from this bedroom, man. That is absolutely sweet. The value of this Lakeside Villa has skyrocketed, man. Check how sweet the view is now. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, so anyway, let's get back to our goal over here, guys. And we are trying to make these sticky pistons contract when a minecart hits this detector rail over here. And the way that we turn off redstone torches is by running a redstone signal directly into the block on which that redstone torch sits. So that this redstone torch is sitting on this block over here. And what we want to do is run a redstone line directly into this block. And then I think what we'll do is run it underneath the railway line over here. So when the minecart hits this detector rail, hopefully it will send a redstone signal into this line, which will deactivate this redstone torch, thus contracting these these sticky pistons temporarily. Of course, it's just a pulse of redstone signal, so the redstone torch will then activate again and thus reactivate the sticky pistons, closing the trap door. So that feels like a good plan. So why don't we try that, guys? We'll also run the redstone cable underneath this side into this redstone torch over here. So when we hit this detector rail or this detector rail, both of these redstone torches are going to be deactivated, which means that these sticky pistons are going to contract. So that is the plan. Now, this is only going to be working for minecarts traveling in this direction for now. Obviously, we're going to have to run a similar system for when we're leaving the Lakeside Villa Harbour. But why don't we just head down into the Lakeside Villa Harbour station itself and pick up a minecart to actually test this theory out to see if this is actually going to work or not. Let's get back up to the construction site over there. And man, if this works, I'm gonna be freaking stoked, man. Because I haven't tested it. I kind of like try to figure out exactly how to do it before starting recording this episode. So I'm pretty sure we're on the right track over here. So why don't we get a minecart onto this line over here, and we'll just give it a shove, and we should see the trapdoor open. Bam! Oh, that's perfect. And the timing was absolutely perfect as well, right? Like as As the minecart hit the hill and went down into the Lakeside Villa Harbour Station, the trapdoor contracted again or closed again. So that was absolutely perfect. The next challenge, of course, is going to be getting this to do exactly the same thing when we actually leave the Lakeside Villa Harbour. And we're just going to be using exactly the same theory. Let's just pick up this minecart again just so that we can use it for testing. We're going to use exactly the same theory as we did for the approach line, and what we want to do is make the trapdoor open when our minecart hits these two detector rails over here. And what we did for the top detector rails over there is we ran some redstone underneath those detector rails. So because this is like a hill or a staircase over here, I think what we're going to need to do is run the redstone cable next to this block over here, because this is the block that this detector rail is going to be affecting, right? So let's run some redstone cable like this, and I just want to test it out. Keep your eyeballs on that redstone. That redstone. Okay, there we go. I saw that redstone pulse over there, right? So these detector rails are sending a redstone pulse into this this redstone line over here. So that's perfect. Now, what I thought we could do, because essentially what we're trying to do, right, is deactivate this redstone torch again. So when we hit that detector rail on the upslope, we want to deactivate this redstone torch, which is powering these sticky pistons. So what we need to do is, I think, run a line of redstone from these detector rails up this little like ladder over here into that redstone torch up there. And I think we probably need another repeater over here to just to make sure that the signal reaches its destination. Let's put another repeater in here, I think. And then the redstone line is going to climb up this little ladder over here, come into this block, which is going to deactivate this redstone torch when that minecart hits that detector rail on the upslope. We need to do exactly the same, of course, for the other set of sticky pistons. So let's head back down to these detector rails over here. And what I did was I excavated like a little tunnel underneath here. And I think we can get there from the other side. Let's just get up here and have a look. Yes, here we go. So I dug like another staircase down this side over here. And of course, what we're trying to do here is deactivate this redstone torch so that we can contract these sticky pistons when that minecart hits that detector rail down there. So let's run a line of redstone cable like this. And I think we probably need to add another repeater over here just to make sure that that signal doesn't die on its way there. And let's run that signal all the way up here. Okay, so now, in theory, right, when our minecart hits either of these detector rails on this slope over here, this redstone torch and this redstone torch are going to become deactivated, thus contracting the sticky pistons or deactivating them, causing the trapdoor to open. And because it's just a redstone pulse, these redstone torches will then kick in again and thus close the trapdoor. And basically, we have completed the construction of this sweet ass automatic trapdoor at the Lakeside Villa. The only thing left to do is to actually freaking test it out, man, see if this is actually going to work. All right, so diggity dogs, hold your freaking thumbs, hold your paws, sit on your hands, do whatever you do to give me good luck. Let's hope that this freaking works. When we hit this detector rail in the middle over here, we should open the trapdoor. Bam! And it should close again. Perfect! Oh, that was awesome. Well, it opened one more time because we hit this detector rail again, but I guess that's okay. It doesn't really matter that it opens twice, I think. You know what we could do? We could tweak those redstone repeaters that are extending the signal into the redstone torches. That might stop the double opening mechanism going on. But let's just test that the trapdoor works in this direction too. So here we go. When we hit this detector rail over here, the trapdoor should open. Bam! Perfect! Oh, that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. And did you guys notice that the trapdoor didn't actually open twice there when we hit this detector rail? And I think that's probably because the redstone pulse going into these redstone torches is much closer to the redstone torches than the pulse coming from the detector rails on the slope. So I think what we should do here, because OCD is kicking in, right? I don't want the trapdoor to open twice when we travel away from the Lakeside Villa. It's just annoying and it's going to kill my OCD. So why don't we try and like extend the signal output of these repeaters. So now the redstone signal coming from this repeater is going to last for the longest duration it can from this repeater. And we'll do exactly the same for the other repeater. And that means that the redstone signal that is coming into the redstone torches is going to take much longer to stop. And that means the trapdoor should be open after we've passed this detector rail over here, right? It should still be open, right? And it shouldn't close again because there's still a redstone signal going into the torches. Now, I don't know if you guys understood what I just said, but in my brain that made sense. But the only way to figure out is to test it out right now. So let's keep our vision in this way, looking backwards. And we want to see if this trapdoor is going to open twice. So it opens and it closes. Perfect. So those repeaters are doing their job perfectly, keeping the trapdoor open for a little bit longer, and thus not triggering again when we hit this detector rail over here. However, did you guys notice that we took a bit of damage there? Well, it felt like we took a bit of damage, right? Let's get the minecart onto the other line so that we can test that this detector rail is working too. Let's just see if we're taking damage from this. No damage there. Oops. Right. Let's try again. Let's see if we take damage. Yes, we do take damage. And I think that's because the redstone repeaters are maybe... because what's happening is, right, the redstone signal goes into the repeater and then the repeater waits a certain amount of seconds to resend the signal. And I think at its maximum it's 5 seconds. Or, no, the maximum is 3 seconds, right? 1, 2, 3, I think, no, 3 or 4 seconds, I think. Why don't we try and just tweak the repeaters over here? Because we definitely don't want to take damage as we exit the Lakeside Villa Harbor. That's also not going to do. So why don't we try like that, right? I think that's how we did it on the other side. All right, let's just make sure that they are completely aligned over here. So 1, 2. 2 seconds, right? 1, 2, 3. Let's try 3 seconds. Let's try 3 seconds. Man, this is such a sweet build. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try 3 seconds. Like, this is the first time that redstone is really starting to make sense to me. Like, I kind of understand how it all works now, and it's sweet, man. I'm loving it. Right, here we go. So that's perfect. Trapdoor opens. We don't take damage on the way down. Now, let's see if we take damage on the way up. No, perfect. There we go. That's absolutely perfect, man. Sweet victory. Oh, that is epic. Let's just test on the other line now, too. Come. You freaking butthole minecart. No, dude. Stop. Facepalm. All right, let's test on this side. All right, here we go. Full speed. No damage taken. Perfect. And now let's test on the way back. And we should take absolutely no damage right now. No damage taken. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. And now, what we can do now, right, is hide the shame of these sticky pistons. I think the best way to do that on this side is to make like a little hill or something over here, so we can actually use dirt to cover the shame of this redstone cabling over here. And then on this side, maybe we can make like a little outpost, or like, oh, I know what we could do. We can make like a little hut, like a visitor's hut. So there would be a guard in there, right? If you're coming to the Lakeside Villa, you have to like sign in because there's valuables in here. So we can make like a little hut over here that would hide the shame of these sticky pistons over here. But I think that this is looking absolutely epic, guys. I am so freaking happy with this. It is working beautifully. Both lines are working 100% the way that I want them to. And yeah, I've got way too many minecarts down here though. You know, doing all of this testing and stuff, but that's cool. There we go. Let's just try one more time just for the lols, because it's awesome. Bam! That is so awesome. I'm absolutely loving that. Well, that's awesome, guys. That is part 1 of the Lakeside Villa restoration project completed. We have installed an automatic redstone trapdoor right in front of the Lakeside Villa. I'm going to go off camera now, guys, and probably for the next molehole maintenance episode, I'm going to be hiding the shame of all of this work over here. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed this redstone work in this episode. I'm super freaking stoked, man. The Lakeside Villa is going to be completed in the next few episodes. I know it's hard to believe, guys, but it's going to freaking happen. Guys, this has been Rendog playing Minecraft Survival. If you enjoyed the episode, you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, you hit the subscribe button, because in the next few episodes we are finishing this Lakeside Villa, and then we are going to be returning to Silkworm Gang Island for the last few episodes of season 3, and we're going to finish off that bad boy like nobody's business, and it's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for watching this episode, guys. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.